is In the Shadows Podcast. Lots of cigar talk, but if it's going on in the world, we'll be talking about that too. And by the way, the fellas don't shy away from controversial topics. Trust me. So grab that stick, kick back with your favorite drink, and let's do the thing. This is the In the Shadows Podcast. Now your hosts, Tony the Soy Sauce Assassin, along with Albert, Martine, and Eric.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Shadow Smokes Legion in the Shadow Podcast. I'm your host, Tony the Soy Sauce Assassin, and today we have Eric, Martin Amaya, and Sam Papi Rick. Now, if you don't know who Martin Amaya is, that's okay, because he was once famous. But if you don't know who Rick is, that's okay. He's never famous. Yeah. So, today's topic. Since we are like reviewer here and make videos and stuff like that, here is another episode of Insight. Okay, so being a reviewer, do you or do you not watch other reviewers for their opinions of the same cigar that you review? Now, be honest, okay? It's okay. It's okay if you do. It's okay if you don't. But let's be very honest about the reviews that you record, okay? So we can start with the rookiest of the rookie, Rick.
All right, fair. I do and don't. If it's a cigar that I do know I will be reviewing, I try my best to avoid every reviewer possible, people within our group or people outside of our group. Once I'm done reviewing this cigar, I then have a little playlist, or I already know what channels review the cigar, and I go through them to see if I got what they got, or if they got something else that I didn't get, or maybe something that I was confused on. Maybe they have the correct answer, or I was trying to get this note and that note. So that's how I do it, to keep it simple.
Okay, all right, that's legit. So how about Martin? Here's the thing. I think Martin never watches anybody's videos, but Martin.
There's my answer.
Martin's like, wait,
you guys already know my answer.
You upload?
Martin, what would be the reason why you don't watch any other videos?
A lot of the people are boring. Like,
wow,
no personality. You know,
that's messed up.
Like the only people that I watch, to be honest with you, I watch Tran. I'll watch Tony sometimes. And I've watched like maybe one or two of Rick's videos. But outside of that, there's not really anybody I watch. Like, Innocent, I love him to death, but he's fucking boring. So I don't watch other people's reviews or videos because they just bore me.
How about in the past? Like, when you first started?
Oh, yeah. When I first started, I didn't watch them for, like, to figure out what I was smoking. I was watching them after I did the review. Like, I would go back and watch their video, kind of like what Rick was saying, to see if they got any notes that I got, or vice versa. But, yeah, I don't really watch them just to, like, compare, like, to see what we got, or to get ideas on what I can say about my video. No, I would never do that. But
okay.
But yeah, I watch them sometimes after the videos just to kind of see what we get, see how similar or how different we are.
All right. So, Eric, go ahead.
Yeah, I do watch other people, and the reason is mainly for support now. And, I try to support everybody in the cigars community. If we in a good term, I would do it, right? And I don't watch them to compare, but I do watch them for, like, if I like a cigar or something like that, then I was like, hey, what's their take on that same cigar that I love or I like or I hate? Most of the time it's hate. If I hate a cigar, I go watch that, like, say, what would people think? And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? But yeah, that's how I look at it. I love to support other YouTuber if we're in the right term and stuff like that. And it's a community that's not all the time giving flowers, right? And sometimes you just gotta help it out, right? Because you never know. It's like I do come off like an asshole sometimes and stuff, but I do try to support the cigar community as much as I can. Especially, yeah, except for like, not like except, but for like, especially for the channel that just got in and just started or whatever. I tried, if we in a good term, I give them cigars to get them going. Mm-hmm. Right?
It's a Kickstarter.
Yeah, that's how I look at it. And that's it.
Yeah, I think this is where like the topic kind of like widens up a little bit, right? So let's talk about me, right? So for me, I'm really lucky. I have the opportunity to smoke a lot of different cigars, and many of the time before anybody else did their review. And because of that, I get really excited. Like, one of the Legion member or whatever decided to do the same cigar, and I would want to just hear what they say about the cigar, especially the one that say really bad. Right? It's like, and I usually just skip price, right? Because I view it based on my experience, whether or not it's worth my money, but not really focus on what I can get out of it. It's flavor and stuff like that. It's what I enjoy. Because if I enjoy it, even if it has no flavor at all, it's still worth the money. So as I enjoy it, right? It could taste, the entire thing could taste like, I don't know, water. And if that day I just happen to like water is all good. That's all I needed, right? So for me, I just enjoy the cigar and tell people what I got out of it and the flavor note I got out of it. But when I watch other people's thing, they have a different kind of excitement, right? Because some people might try the cigar the first time. Some people might try it because it's different price level that they don't usually do, and they get really excited. And then when I watch them, I get a different, like a renewed feeling when I see someone is really excited about a cigar, right? Because they usually are, because they don't usually get to try a certain thing, or they are new, so they try everything. They try is exciting.
Yeah. That's the best part, like when they're new, right? And then you get like you share your cigar, and you like they get so excited for like over the littlest thing, but that would give us joy at the same time,
Right.
It's like me with the Opus.
Right.
Yeah, like the blend, right? Go look for the blend.
Right. What blend is it? I have the same trouble. It's okay. I have the same trouble. So when you have that trouble, I was like, yeah, I had the same way. I was like, what is this made out of? But and because of that, sometimes other people review, like the ones that I trust to watch, will make me go like, maybe I should revisit it because I get such a different experience than them, and that I might want to revisit it. Because, I think for me, unlike a lot of people, I don't like a certain draw that people think is normal. Like there is some tight draw that people think that's totally fine, but for me, that's not acceptable. I gotta put a stamp.
Yeah, like that sucks. The tight draws suck, man. At least I like loose draw because at least you can control your draw, right? With the tight draw, you just like sucking a whole dick, but nothing coming out.
Oh my god!
True.
What the hell?
What?
Oh my god! First of all, how do you know what sucking dick feels like?
I don't. But I'm just saying.
It's like drinking boba.
Oh my god, Rick! Shut up!
Just shut up.
With
The regular straw, but not the boba straw. So,
but think of it this way, okay? So, what is tight to me might not be tight to other people, right? What is a tight draw to me might not be a tight draw to other people. So, a lot of time I have a somewhat negative experience because the draw was not to my expectation. So a lot of time when other people say the cigar is significantly good, the draw is great and stuff like that, it's like, maybe I should smoke another one and do a revisit or something like that, or smoke at the show so that I can get a different view of the same cigar. And maybe I'll just say that cigar is better from that point on, rather than say, I can't smoke that cigar. That cigar's impossible. Right?
Tobacco nut.
Oh my God, don't even start. And from there, I think that's where this topic came from. Is that I know sometimes I do watch other people's thing, and I wonder if anybody is like, you know what, before I review a cigar, I want to see other people's opinion, because I don't tend to do that. I tend to watch after.
Yeah.
And the after part of it allows me to decide whether or not we should revisit it or we should not revisit it. So, like, I know Eric doesn't revisit any cigar that he smoked.
Yeah, I do the ones I like.
In a review?
Yeah, like I do revisit some. Well, like the one that I dislike, I would never touch again.
No. When's the last time you reviewed the same cigar twice on a video?
Oh, review it? Oh,
Yeah,
that don't happen. Yeah, that don't happen.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying that you decide to try the cigar again, right? I'm saying that to put a review out and give it a different score because the second experience was better.
Yeah, you do that. You do that. You do it quite a bit, actually.
Yeah, because I feel like, if I got it wrong the first time, I can make another one and I'll tell the reason why it was better, or why it's not, or why it's the same, right? And from there, I think that was valuable to some people who is looking at the same cigar, who might have been deterred the first time when I smoked it and decide differently the second time.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So watching other people's review is not only helpful for me, but helpful from other people's channel, right? That one view counts a lot. To be, believe it or not, as a new reviewer, seeing your number going up, just is happiness and makes it give you the drive to continue, right? So, I think helping other people by watching their channel is good. Now, do I always watch the whole entire thing? Probably not. Because if I'm watching and then, there is like 25 minutes of talking before they get to show the cigar, and then, 30 minutes of talking before they even start smoking, that kind of deter me a little bit. I try to fast forward, but that kind of defeat the point, And then after they start smoking the cigar, they'll try to paint an image of like an entire room with a sand beach and moon and stuff like that. And then they change their entire background to that. It really it takes a long time. It's like I'm not in that mood.
Those video, I wait for like a long drive or before I go to bed.
Well, see, that's the thing. When you go in a long drive, right? Like, you don't have to see, so you don't really pay that much attention how much time is already passed by.
Yeah,
exactly.
I
wonder who does that. What fucking?
I know, right? It's like
dumbass does that.
Amateur.
And I think I'm bad already because my opening is like 2 minutes long. So it's like, wow, that's really bad. But then when I saw a 30-minute intro, I was like, ooh, not that bad anymore. Not that bad. So it also helps me to make my video better because I will watch one thing and I will be probably talking to Eric or whoever. I was like, I think that's a really good idea. And that looks really good. And Eric's like, do it. I'm like, damn it.
Do it, boy. And yes,
and then we end up putting into our video to make it, the experience a little bit better,
Yeah. It's good to watch other people and gather idea, if they're good idea and stuff like that, right? It's just like, hey, it just help all of us out at the same time, improve ourselves and stuff like that. So yeah, that's how I feel about it too.
Right. So see, Martin, you should watch other people. Gather ideas, brainstorm,
Yeah, and just helping a fellow out, tell the truth, right?
I'll think
helping
about
a fellow.
If you think about it, no, he's not. He's not thinking about it.
He's not. He don't even think about it twice. He's like, all right, cool.
Think about it. So with that being said, Martin, when you started, before you started, obviously you got to get some idea, some how to structure your video and stuff like that, right? Like before you even start.
Yeah.
So, whose channel do you watch to get that idea? I'm aside from the Shadow Smokes Legion ones. Who do you watch?
I mean, I used to watch a lot of other reviewers, and I wouldn't watch them to get ideas. I would just, I don't know. I never watched people to motivate myself. That's not how I did videos. It was mainly just I would watch people just for entertainment.
They got to be some kind of comparative. in the human nature, right? Like me and Tony, I know we say we don't compete, but sometimes, you know, like it's there. It's just fun to do as well. It's not like something crazy that's, you know, going to get out of hand or anything like that. But, you know, we push each other to do it, right? So that's how I look at it. And both of us grow at the same time. And I'm very happy when I see people grow, especially like a close brother that, you know, been doing for so long. And I want people just to experience his channel or their channel and stuff like that. It's like, you know, I don't know, that's how I feel about it. Just help each other to grow as big as we can, right?
We compare stats, right, Rick? Eric, we compare stats.
Yeah,
We're like,
yes.
look at the same videos. Like, I put out this one, and you put out this one.
Yeah, like how many
Why is
views?
you got like 30 million views and I
Right.
got 3?
The thing is, like, the guy that talked the longest get like 50 billion view. It make no sense.
I know the secrets.
No, but then that's the thing. He said he knows a secret, but his next video is like 5.
It's a secret. Sometimes a secret is a secret for me.
And it's really not the view count that really matters. It's just like, yes and no, right? We want the video to get to as many people as possible,
Yep.
right? It's not like that's got to generate any much things, but like, you know, to get to many people, that tells us whether or not they like it. It generates and it opens up conversations if somebody comments on it, right? Now, given that, you know, our standard Shadowsmoke's Legion fashion is here first, second, third, late.
Yep.
Well,
like-
that still helps, right? And then there are some I've seen recently. I've seen that people do have valuable feedbacks and comments.
Yes. And I do. And trust me, guys. I read your comment. I read Rick comment. I read my comment. I read everybody comment, and I enjoy it as well. Right? Like it's just fun.
Yeah, and I respond to all of them that has a question. Like it's a question that I can answer, right? That then I'll respond it. Might not always be the answer that they want to hear, but you know, I try to answer it. And from that point, you know, it generates a good conversation back and forth, right? And you kind of get an idea of what they want to know too, right? And also watches the YouTube list. Like, you know, when I Google certain things and to see what cigar people have been reviewing, I try to not release the review the same time other people are reviewing the same cigar.
Yeah. We try not to do that.
Yeah, except our double reviews and triple reviews.
Yeah, that's different. Like,
yeah,
but the thing is,
like,
we don't want to smoke the same cigar at the same time. So
We don't. So, like, you know, if I see someone's reviewing a cigar, I try to not review that cigar until a few weeks later, or put out a review for it until few weeks later, because I don't want my video tinted their review if it's significantly different. You know.
yeah, it go both ways, right? So
Like I'm not worried about, you know, their review overshadows mine. That's totally fine. I just don't want, you know, because if somebody's gonna take time to listen to one review, it's a lot to listen to a few more.
oh yeah,
True.
But I mean, I'm telling you, a long drive help a lot. Like long drive, I love listening to all the reviewers tell the truth.
I cut down a lot.
Good example, right? Imagine listen to my review for like 20 minutes and then go, I'm gonna listen to Johnny OCD's review after that.
What,
When
another
you're
hour?
not driving. When you're not driving.
That's not happening. Johnny OCD is fucking bedtime for me. Like he put me to sleep. Put that way. I listen to him while I'm going to bed.
He have a really long review, like from the beginning to the end, every moment of it. Right?
Yeah, but the funny thing is, this dude will be popping video left and right sometime in the same hour. I was like, boy, what you doing?
Yeah, he'll have one at 1 o'clock, one at 3 o'clock in the morning, right?
Yeah.
And he will name like right now is 1:15, 25 exactly. Who give a shit about what time it is? But you know, this is what I'm smoking. Right? That's a lot to take it mentally, especially if they're the same cigar. Then this is the reason why I want to avoid it. You know, it's like I know that everybody's putting it out for entertainment, but do I really want to hear 5 Andalusian bowl review in the same day?
Hey, yes, I kind of do because I like that cigar. I want to see what people take on it.
And that will take you 6 hours.
Pretty much, but hey, it will get done sooner or later, right?
Yeah, I'd rather listen to one today, listen to one tomorrow, and stuff like
Hey,
that.
you spread it out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
Put
the
it
thing
into
is,
a playlist.
when you're Andelusionable, everybody seemed like in the same page with that cigar. Tell the truth,
Right, it's a good cigar.
It's a good cigar.
cigar.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's no question about it. There are some cigar that just it's earned its name in the market for a long time, right? Is there anybody that go out and say Oliva V just absolutely sucked,
that's gonna be hard. That's gonna be hard to take in, right?
right? This because they earned their name fair and square. And just keep in mind when Oliva V first came out, there's no such thing as online buzz. You gotta go try it to know if it's good.
Oh yeah, it's pretty much word of mouth with the Oliva V when it came out.
Right. And so it has earned its right. And today, just so many. I hate to say it, and don't just take my word for it. Just think of it for yourself, right? I think there's so much cigar that's paid buzz that even though it's not that good of a cigar, you're gonna hear good words. And when I talk to a lot of people, they're like, Tony, sometimes if you got nothing good to say, don't say it at all. And then so if they got to put out a review, if they got nothing good to say, they just say the cigar is great. That's it.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, we ain't other people, boy. We would talk our shit.
Right. I wanted to give deliver the best information that's out there possible, the most accurate, right? Mm-hmm. But like you're smoking a cigar and you're like, this cigar is not that good. And then you go look online, start looking at other people's after your review. They got 25 people saying that cigar is great, absolutely the best. This could potentially be the top.
And then you just you just follow the leader, get online, right? Just like, oh, this is no, fuck that.
I have never done that though. I've never say a cigar is good because solely because somebody say it was good.
Yeah,
I only say the good if I think it's good. In fact, recently, as you know, the past few days, I probably has ruined my
Can we not talk about that?
Yeah, let me kind of get into it, right? I think I ruined my reputation by saying a certain cigar is good just by saying it. That's ruined.
And I hate you for sending it to me.
Yeah. Right? We had to be true. We had to be honest, right? I don't want to be one that says this cigar absolutely sucked because I don't like it, but then that cigar is really, really good in reality.
You don't want to do that, right? Like, this.
Right.
I'm telling you, Tony, that cigar is gonna be. If that cigar don't determine that we're not biased, I don't know what would.
Right. I really think that really tell the truth right there, because it's something that you'll never hear me say. If you know me well, you're like, Tony would never. That must be AI generated.
Yeah, man.
So, I think that's the problem here is watching other people's reviews sometimes will influence yours. And I hope that people can make the judgment for themselves as well, right? Mm-hmm. If you see some cigar review saying a certain cigar really suck, and some cigars review that say some cigars really good for the same cigar, now that's the time where you kind of make that choice for yourself. You got to really, you got to buy that cigar yourself and try it.
Yeah, you got to hone in your taste bud.
But then again, I feel like that kind of just fall into the trap. It's like, because obviously they say it's good to promote the cigar so that you'll go buy it, and there's nothing wrong with that too. Some people might just like it, but I feel like
that trap is BS, man. You know what I mean? That trap, like saying a cigar that's good but it's not. It just that I don't like that trap. I know people use it. I know people do it. But it's BS to me. Like, why? Just say it. Just say how you feel about it.
Yeah, that's how I felt like with the Year of the Dragon, the double Corona. The one I had, I guess I had that one rare leaf. To me, it tasted phenomenal. I'm like, damn, this is good. The first third was but the rest was good. And then Eric sent me the Gran Toro. So I'm like, people said the Toros are better and this and that. I had it for the second time. I'm like, I think I was on drugs the last time I had the double Corona, because if this is supposed to be compact and more, then I smoked another double Corona just to make sure what I thought in that review was real. And I'm like, how did I get what I got in the video?
Yeah, because
I think
I had like a God strand.
Simon. right? Like you kind of got excited, you smoked it, and you're in a good mood, and you're picking up all the notes that you wanted or expected that you get.
Yeah, like you get really excited for that cigar. The thing is, like, me and Tony those cigars we smoke it every day, right? We could, and it doesn't excite us as. I mean, don't get us wrong. We were excited for that cigar, but it wasn't like we didn't see it as a god tier cigar, right?
Nick, I remember seeing all you guys talking down upon it. I'm like, what are y'all talking about? I enjoyed it. Like, you guys are on drugs. And then, I got the Grand Tour version. And I'm like, what was I tasting from before? I don't taste any of that. Like, it's just gone. I'm like, what? Was there something wrong with me? Like, I don't know. But that's why sometimes with reviewers, don't 1,000% base a judgment of a cigar based what the reviewer you're watching says, because you never know when they re-review it again or whatever. It may not be the same experience. Sometimes two cigars are different, or
So,
sometimes
Rick,
the reviewer is stupid, like
Rick,
me.
I'm curious. Would you revisit a double Corona? What do you think?
I would. I still have about 5 left, but I will give it time for it to age a little bit more, and I will I'll give it a try again to see if I'll rewatch my video and then see if I was brain damaged.
I think you would. And here's the thing, right? So with high expectation, I think both Eric and I got high disappointment on that particular cigar.
Oh yes,
And ended up, I think the consensus was the same thing. Everybody hated that cigar.
Yeah. That's why I was surprised.
like
Right?
that cigar.
Case.
Yeah, it turned out to be a crapshoot for everybody except for Rick.
Right.
I'm just
I think
crap.
Rick was like the only one I saw that actually loved it. And then most
Yeah.
people just end up not putting out their reviews. Like, did you notice? A lot of people don't put out the
Wait,
reviews.
I didn't know that. What?
Like, how many reviews do you see? Handful, like maybe 5, 6, and majority of ours.
Yeah, but maybe people just don't want to dish out the money for it, right? But that's why I thought.
Bro, some people had it but didn't upload it.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
that's the thing. If you got nothing good to say, don't say it. It's one of those things.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I don't know. I can't see that. Like, you say what you want. Right?
I understand that's what we think, right? But then, like, when I usually don't pay attention to it, like, I start paying attention for Year of the Dragon, see who uploaded, because we want to be the first. We want to be, we got really excited to review that one. Then I realized that most people don't put out their reviews. And when people tell me that, it's one of those things where, people don't want to say bad things about cigars because it burns their bridges or whatever, so they got nothing better to say. They just won't put it out. Then I understand. I was like, oh, so that must be it. That must be the case where the problem is.
But you taking an
Y'all know
educated.
me. I don't give a fuck. I'll post a video. I'll say bad shit. I ain't fucking tied to nobody.
I don't know, man. You seem like you like every damn cigar, bro.
No.
On your
I don't
video,
like a lot of cigars.
I know you don't like a lot of cigar, but on your video, you're like, oh, that's good.
We say what we want to say, but only one of us got a DM.
Hey,
that's what happened when you freaking too truthful, bro. That's what happened.
All right. Here's where I'm gonna take a stab on Martin. Martin, I don't think you ever say bad thing about any cigar that you were sponsored.
No, bullshit.
Dude, the cigar that you gave me, that guy gave you, the Juan kind of cigar.
Yeah.
That cigar was not good, and you're like, oh, this is a
You
good
like
cigar, bro. That cigar
liked
suck balls.
Well, I liked it. It's good.
You see what I mean?
I did.
But it's a different palate kind of thing too. So
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of cigars where, like, I say I don't like it, and people are like, what are you talking about, right? And then when I go talk to other reviewers, they're like, yeah, I don't like it. And you're like, then what are those people talking about?
What just happened, right? You're like,
Right.
you're trying to put the puzzle together. Like, I'm missing a piece or something. Like,
Right? Like, okay, you got a handful of reviewer that you're like, that they say is good, and then you got your, like, people that you're close with. They start talking to them there, And they're like, yeah, I don't really care for it. You got one or two that's like, oh, I absolutely love it, but it's not the I would say the ratio that you see online, right? Ratio for a cigar, that's like 90% of the people that say it's good. But when you go talk to people that you smoke with, you tend to talk with, they're like, you get 90 people that says, well, I don't really care for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happened quite a bit, actually.
Like the Amazon basin. It's the Amazon basin. That's the best way to describe it.
Amazon basin's been out for a long ass time.
But you know, the 2024 Toro, like it's different. it's a cigar. It's a cigar. You know, it's very earthy, with a lot of earth, a lot of dirt, and earth.
Oh no, like I said, I smoked the basin and the extra añejo. I did all that. What is the hype about that cigar, man? My
comment section was full of, this is gonna be my top 5 of the year. This is my top 5 cigar of everything. Of everything I smoked, this is my top 5. So I'm trying to understand the hype of it, because every single time it releases, every 2, 3, whatever, 4, 5, 27 years, whatever, how it is, like It the Clown. But it's like, I had one in Chicago, and it was nice. You know, maybe being outside made the cigar taste better, having like the real world surrounding aroma mixed with the cigar aroma.
Right?
Exactly. You have the deep dish. You have the deep dish. You have the homeless. You have all these kind of stuff that amplifies the aroma of your cigars. So I had a good experience with it. Then when I revisited it for the 2024 Toro, it was just this earth. And people were like praising it.
I heard a lot of people that said the 2024 version wasn't as good. Like,
yeah.
You know, that. So well, it could be just a year or two.
I don't know, but Tony. You have one, so go ahead.
I had my share of the Amazon basin. I didn't think it was that good. I mean, no. I had to put the blame on novice palate. I'm not even saying amateur palate, novice palate. I think it suits a novice palate.
Oh wow. Okay.
I think it suits people that just started to be able to pick up some notes, but not able to pick up the bad notes yet.
Okay, I see where they're coming from. I guess, but man, there's a lot of novice out there. Then,
well, if you're not a novice, you've tasted enough of Amazon basin to know not to buy Amazon basin.
Dude, I buy them because of the hype, and I buy them because people like, I'm telling you, I buy them because a few years or a few months later, they're like, "Oh, do you have this?" I'm like, yeah, I pulled out. I was like, "Yeah, it's trash," but you know, here I have it.
Right, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like, you know, there are people that are in a stage where their judgment of good or not is how much it's whether or not it has taste or whether or not it doesn't have taste. Right? If it has taste, it's good. If it has, this thing is a bomb. This got so much flavor. Right? They don't say so much good flavor. They say so much flavor. And that's a good cigar.
That's true. That's true. You're right.
Right? And I think that's the novice palate right there. That's doing the play. But once you get to a certain point where you start to pick up bad notes too, right? Not only you can pick up good notes, you start picking up bad notes. Now that's when you go like, okay, there might be a lot of good notes, but there's shitload of bad notes.
Yeah, there's like these notes that are like, oh my God, what am I smoking? But then, hey, there's a good side to it.
Right? And here's the thing, like even the novice people can pick up ammonia, right? And they will tell you a cigar with ammonia will taste good. I've smoked a few people where like I pick it up, light it, first thing I taste is ammonia. My face is like, eh, and their face is like,
Are you talking about that 2 puff?
No. 2 puff just me. 2 puff is just me.
Just you, okay.
but yeah, they were like no mercy. They were like, this thing's the best thing ever. I was like, this thing needs more time, and they're like, you think so? I was like, I know so.
That's what happened to me with the Dark Star from Rocky Patel, right? As soon as I light it, Albert was like, how the hell do you know? You just smoked it. You just puffed a few puffs. I was like, Albert, it's ammonia. It's straight up ammonia in here. And he's like, it tastes good to me. So yeah, it's like, so I have to fucking buy one and send it to my boy to test it out, and we're in the same boat.
Right. Yeah, so that's the thing why I always wonder if any other reviewers compare notes and then take their notes directly from other reviewers, because there are so many that I honestly don't think that's what they taste.
You think so? I don't. I never put that in my head. I thought everybody's pretty legit, right?
You think so?
I hope so. In my heart.
Like there are some. I just don't think they're even like. All right, there are times where I can take a first puff and I get like 3 or 4 notes, right? But there are some people that take a puff of the cigar that I know is bad, and then before they even do anything, they're like, "This cigar is great, so complex." What complex? You just took a puff. What complex, right? And then took second puff, like this is good construction. I was like, you just took 2 puffs. Good construction from where?
From
where are you getting that from?
Like,
you know, and you know the result is gonna be great cigar. This is a great cigar, regardless what it is. It's gonna be great cigar, right? The second, third, even though there's no change, there's a great cigar. Or if it does change, like I don't know. There are large portion of reviewers that I've seen never mention blank spots.
that is so true, Tony. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude, now you're talking about it. I know you don't, but which is crazy, right? Because there is cigars that literally have nothing, like blind spot all over the place, but nobody say it. It seemed like just me and you, Tony.
I cut it out, honestly. I think that's one thing I gotta stop doing, because whenever I don't know, I cut it. So
you
just cut it out. Like I think that's very important, right? I think it's very important. If like a cigar,
Well,
like you keep getting taste and no taste, no taste, that's really annoying.
like, obviously you guys talked about long intros and talking whatever, so like I'm in the process of trying to find the correct way of how to produce content, and when I do the review, I want to get into obviously the critique and then, you know, my opinions and what I'm getting, whatever. And that little dry time when I'm just like literally just meditating, trying to pick apart or whatever, there's times where I notice there's nothing, but I don't comment on it. I just continue until I get more whatever, which is now that you guys are talking about it. Yeah, it's not a thought process. When you're just making content, it's not a thought process when you think about it in that kind of way until someone, you know, points it out.
But I see Martin just shaking his head and stuff like that. Martin, what do you think? What do you think about that?
I mean, I think that there is some truth to you'll be smoking a cigar. It tastes like you're smoking air, and then you have like more flavor. You're like, what the fuck did I just? What is it? Something wrong with me? No, it's like you get like a spot in the cigar where it's just no flavor, and then 2 puffs later, all the flavor's back. And then it'll like go in and out. You're like, what the fuck is going on?
So you do agree, right? That a lot of reviewers don't even mention that. Like they were like, as if every cigar is perfect every single time. Whatever they draw on it is perfect. There is no blank spot. There's no like. Sometimes the blank spot is not just one spot. It's like an entire third.
It's like, yeah, sometimes the whole thing is like, I was like, what just happened? Like, what did I just smoke? Like, right? But the thing is, like, does that go back to like a more developed palate kind of thing, right?
No, because if no taste, there's no taste.
Okay, so I just want to make that clear because I don't want to be like, you know what I mean? Yeah. It just
I think we can agree with that, right? Like, you know, there's sometimes that just literally have no taste, or so light. Like, okay, you're smoking a Nicaraguan cigar, like a Nicaraguan Puro, and all of a sudden it tastes like a $3 Connecticut.
Oh God, what just happened?
I mean, wouldn't you consider that as a blank spot?
That is a straight blank spot, man. Like, what are you talking about? Okay, it's blank spot. People don't talk about it, but it is important to let people know, right? You guys agree on that? Yeah,
I agree.
And I think that's the blank spots are usually due to a very underwhelming filler with the uneven fermented leaf wrapper.
Yep. I would say that, yeah. Because
the majority of your flavor is going to come from the wrapper. So if the wrapper is not giving you any flavor, it's probably unevenly fermented or somewhat like that. And then that when that is happening, the the binder and the filler is not giving enough flavor.
Yeah, it's not none of it like holding its own value or its own whatever.
So
But yeah.
I think that's why it happens, and that's important to say because that tells you about the quality of the selection of their tobacco, as well, right? And like I say, if it's just like one puff and disappear and it comes right back the next puff, we probably wouldn't mention it.
No, we wouldn't. Why?
But if it's like an entire third, you're like, what happened?
Like
And then you're like, yo, there's a lot of blind spot. Like right away, I just called it out. There's a line of blind spot.
No, it's like I don't know, man. Like blank spot sucks, right? Because like people, yeah, like you say, Tony, people think every cigar is flavorful. It's all pretty and nice, and here you go. Like, oh, everything have flavor. No, the hell it doesn't.
Now, I also want to clear this up too, because I gotta say, people's like, what do you mean by like under fermented or uneven fermented? The color looks great. But we all know by now a lot of cigar color is actually colored by coloring tea, honey, whatever. So that's adding color to it. So yeah, you always got to get the even color because they literally manually add the color on there so it looks even, right? And this is why, like, when you look at some Padrones, they're very not even because they don't care. They don't care how it looks like. They just care how the cigar tastes like. They don't care how it looks
they don't give a damn about how it looked like. It looked rough. It looked bumpy. It looked uneven.
Yeah.
No Padron looked like other Padron. It's just crazy.
It looks shriveled. Something's wrong with it. But they don't care, right? But there's a lot of cigars that's out there that looks perfect. The colors even throughout every single part of it. That's because they purposely colored it, right? And when they purposely color it, you don't know what underneath look like. Some part of it might be a very light, some part of it might be very dark. When they evenly colored it, you can tell. So that's where your blank spot came from. And that tells you the quality and the consistency that they're putting on there, right? And with the advertisement, now all of a sudden that cigar is perfect.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, don't you think there's quality control in that as well with the coloring and all that? Like how they pick out the wrapper, they should line it up evenly. What color matches what, right?
No, it's actually how they sort it is by final product. Final product, once they done with it and they put the color closest into one box.
Yeah, so it's quality control, right?
Yeah, but that's just putting it into one box because the color is similar shade. It does not mean that final color is reflective to their flavor.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
So I think that's what it is. And with advertisement and stuff like that, now every cigar seems like, oh, first third, this flavor. Second third, this flavor. Last third, this flavor. Nobody ever mentioned, well, last third, there's no flavor. This is crazy to me, too. A lot of last third of cigars, to me, right, it's falling out really quickly on the last third. And people think they have a lot of flavor in the last third or when you nub it or whatever. To me, it's crazy because it's a whole lot of cigar just die down after, like, this. When you get, like, close to the end, it's pretty much dead. I mean, some people can correct me if I'm wrong, okay? Scientifically, okay? Your second third has got to be your best flavor part of it. Yes. Because that is, where the sweet spot is. So when you light up the cigar, right? The furthest distance from your cigar, it's got to taste, kind of messy because it goes through a lot of tobacco. Your smoke is going through a lot of tobacco and some flavor is filtered out, right? And then the second third, you get the right amount of filter and you get that flavor. You get the cigar's flavor, you get the filter's flavor, you get that tobacco's cold draw with your hot draw together. All right. Yeah. And your last third, there's no more room for cold draw. You're only determined and dependent on the wrapper. Yep. And you only have a little bit now. You no longer have the cold draw. You just have the hot draw. So you're determined. Your only hope is that wrapper. So if that wrapper is not doing well, your last third is gonna flat. Oh, it's flat out a lot. A lot of cigars just flat out at the final third, man. And that will literally tell you the quality of that wrapper. So yeah, the wrapper is good through the help of the cold draw and the hot draw together. Sure, okay. But if the wrapper cannot stay on its own, you gotta fall flat. You gotta get blank spots. Yeah. And nobody talk about it. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? If I got nothing better to say, don't say it. Only say the good parts, right? Because I understand that too, because in the end, it's still their business. It's their livelihood, right? They don't want to present a product to be bad, because if that's the case, no one wants them to represent their product.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, we are as consumer as well, right? Let's take our job, right? Yes, like when people review our job, especially my damn job, right? People are like, oh, it sucks, is this. But the thing is, like, once you get like a nice quality one, it changes thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's how I look at it. Yes, there is critiquing, there is reviewing, there is all of that, which is taken into consideration of making yourself better as well.
Well, that's the thing, right? Think of it this way, right? People who selling McDonald's always gotta tell you McDonald's is good, but behind the scene they'll tell you that McDonald's, I will not eat it.
Which is, what the hell?
Right? It's true, right? People is like, selling McDonald's in front of McDonald's. They're like, this. What do you recommend? I love the Big Mac. Big Mac, can't go wrong with it. Yeah, And then they get off work, take off their McDonald's shirt, and they go to the back. So it's like, yo, let's get some McDonald's for dinner. And he'll be like, I will not eat that thing, even feed it to a pig.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, have you seen any Kitchen Nightmare episode with Gordon Ramsay? Literally all the employees and sometimes even the owners, Gordon was like, oh, do you eat the food here? I would not be caught dead eating anything here. But you work here, you own it.
See, but the thing, like I said, I get critique all day long with my perfection. So I'm used to that. So I'm going to dish it out when it comes to my turn.
And I think it might not seem that way, but I think an accurate critique can improve the cigar industry.
Yes.
Because now you're forcing the cigar industry to make better product. It's like, don't fool us anymore. We want better products, right?
Yeah.
Stop rushing your stuff. Stop pumping out cigars that's not ready, right?
Yep.
I think, like, especially like Yield the Dragon for Davidoff, like, I hope that they see all those bad reviews that, we should have let that sit a lot longer.
They should have. They really should let that thing sit and see what
They're going to use my video as the Crown Royal. Because, look at it. He praised it. Look at how many views he got.
I didn't see that many praises for a review for that particular cigar, to be really, really honest. And they always release it in November too. It's not like they don't. I mean, I just don't think that they plan it out properly to have all those flavor work together, and they just pump it out really quickly due to probably the lawsuits and stuff like that.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, Davidoff, 2 years in a row already. Very disappointing. The Rabbit and the Dragon.
Yeah.
It's kind of, come on, man, get your shit together. You're Davidoff. Right?
And then because people want to review Davidoff stuff, some of them would say that's really good, even though it's really bad. And I was like, where is good about this? Like,
but the thing is, like, Tony, you are the Davidoff king. You know what I mean? And you still shit on that cigar.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? When people say, like, the Rabbit was good, I was like, where? Which part?
That's what I say too.
But then that's the thing. Only when I see the reviews, right? If I talk to people, it's like, have you smoked that cigar? They're like, yeah, I don't like it.
What the hell?
Right? I was just like, okay, you don't like it. Why do I see review that says that cigar is good? Where does that came from?
Yeah.
So it's a little upsetting in a way, and at the same time, I get just a little bit upset when people tell me that it's hurting their livelihood. When I say a cigar is bad or something like that. But keeping in mind,
it rubbed me the wrong way too, man. It rubbed me the wrong way too.
But keep in mind, I also think that, being a business, don't you want to make sure the product you carry is up to par? Mm-hmm. Don't you want to make sure that the things that you carry you can be proud of, and that everybody is dying to buy, rather than I will buy it whenever I feel like it?
Yeah, but the thing is, like, if you get your shit feeling hurt, tell the truth. Like, from one person or two person, man, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't got confidence in nothing.
I can understand that it's people's livelihood, right? But again, if you see reviews talking about certain cigars not so good, maybe don't carry that. Carry something that's better. Carry something that are more generally good, right? And if a cigar itself is good and I am trashing it, shouldn't you have confidence that the cigar is good if you know it's good?
Exactly, right? Exactly. Like, okay, we trash a cigar that we don't like, and that's just us, right? But if you say that cigar is good, you shouldn't care what I say at all.
Right?
True.
Like everybody have the confidence of their own cigars, right? Like if I make a cigar, I don't care if anybody says it's bad, right?
Oh, why would you, right?
Right. So if I say a cigar is bad, that's my opinion, and you think that cigar is good, that's why you're selling it. Then you should have confidence in that cigar and not feel bad about it.
At all. It shouldn't be
Because
like
a good product will stand out as a good product, no matter how many people trash on it.
Yep.
Do you know how many people a year said iPhone suck donkey balls and see how much they sell a year?
oh my God, it's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous amount. And everybody trash on it. A lot of people trash on it. They say, "Oh, it just over spec. It's just over this. They think they do this, but guess what? They sells no matter what happened."
Right? You can talk trash all day. I can talk trash about Taylor Swift for 1,000,000 years, and her album will not decrease by one.
At all.
Right? Because that's just my opinion, right? You're not gonna stop people from buying for simply having an opinion. Right? What? Just because I don't put out a review, people won't talk about it if it's really bad. Right? Because if I go out and smoke, a bad cigar is still a bad cigar. If I go to a lounge, people's like, Tony, why don't you smoke that? Because that cigar is horrible. It's horrendous. It's not worth my X amount of money. Right? It doesn't matter what it is because we can afford it. Sure. Okay. I go to a cigar shop. I don't think in any average regular cigar shop, there's one cigar I cannot afford. Just pick it up and smoke. I could, right? But if I go pick up a cigar and it happens to be a low price range cigar, especially if I go there and pick up an $8 cigar, well, guess what? That $8 cigar is freaking good because I chose it more than any of the cigar that could have bought.
Oh yeah. You know, it's hard-earned money as well, right? We work in the time that we smoke the cigar. We could make money during the time we smoke cigar, right, and stuff like that. But we choose not to. We choose to give our time, our hard-earned dollar that we did every day to do it, and we can't have an opinion where it's trash or good, or just gonna be all good. It's like, you know, there's so many out there. It can't be all good. It cannot be all good. No way.
And I'm gonna put it out there. Right? And some people might think our word have influence and so whatever because we're a reviewer and stuff like that. Just look at Arnold. Does Arnold's word have enough punch? I would say, yeah. If Arnold Schwarzenegger come out and say certain cigar sucks, then it sucks, right?
Yeah.
But he has came out before and says, so what are you doing? This thing, the piece of shit, toss it, you know, and that doesn't stop anybody from smoking it.
No, ever.
Right?
Just,
I remember here Val was smoking some cigars in like Jewish Day or whatever. The guy came out and was like, this piece of shit, throw it away. He just threw the cigar away and let him have another one. Right? So a cigar owner literally go to a customer and throw away a cigar. Doesn't that tell you not to smoke it? No, it doesn't stop anybody from smoking it.
But it's so messed up, right? Like how we say when we bash on a cigar that's even like we bash on a cigar, but then when somebody else in a higher level or higher tier or whatever, they're famous, whatever, bash on a cigar, they're fine. But we get shitted on. You know?
Well, I wouldn't say they're fine. You just don't know who shit on them. So
I'm just saying, right? It's like it's kind of weird. Like I mean,
who's gonna go shit on Arnold? You know what? President Biden is like, hey, you do that. Right? You got to be something more powerful than him to tell him that hey, yo, you shouldn't do that, right? Arnold will be like, get to the chopper,
get to the chopper, no, cookie, no.
Right? So you know, we get shitted on, sure, okay, I get it, but you know, at the same time, I want to also, you know, have that opinions. Like, you know, there are cigars that I support, there are cigars that I don't support. You know, but that has nothing to do with anybody else, right? It's my personal opinion. And if you have confidence in a product that you sell, you shouldn't worry about my one opinion because my one opinion isn't going to change much, right? If a good cigar is good cigar, even if you and I is a good friend, you're not going to stop buying it. Because I trash on Opus every single day and it does not Eric does not miss a beat buying those Opus. Okay, Eric does not miss a beat.
Not at all.
I can trash. I can say, all right, Atafal is just you know. And Peter's like, that's actually number 2, not number 1. But Eric just like, you know what? I'm still gonna go buy another box.
Yep. You know, we poke fun at each other and stuff like that. And
Okay, here you go. Martin, what's your favorite cigar
I don't have one.
of all time?
I don't know. Padron 1964.
Padron 1964. That cigar's a piece of shit. Don't ever buy it again. Martin, what would you say to that?
I don't give a fuck. I like it.
Exactly. Right?
that's a damn good cigar, though, man.
That is a good cigar. But I can say a cigar is bad. It does not change somebody's opinion if once they decided that was a good cigar.
Yep. Once you decide for yourself that what you like, other people's opinion really don't matter.
And here's the thing, right? If my opinion can stop somebody buying your cigar, you didn't do a good enough job to advertise your cigar.
You effed up somewhere.
Right? You have not intrigued people enough to buy your cigar. That's you. That's not me, right? Because like you should be able to intrigue people to buy a cigar regardless how many people is gonna talk shit about it.
Yeah. And this might be a little off topic. Like, you know how like we bash on expensive cigar? Nobody bat an eye. Well,
Right.
you know, when we bash on like a okay price, whatever cigar, people just go nuts.
That's because we don't know many people that sells that cigar, and the people that sells the cigar don't give a shit.
Yeah, exactly. But it's just funny, right? How it works.
Right? I just you know that just gets me unbalanced sometimes. But I understand, right? Like, you know, if you bash $100 cigar, how many people is gonna buy the $100 cigar to tell you that you're wrong?
I don't know, man. There's a lot of rich people out there.
Yeah, and the rich people will not take your opinion about it.
At all. They don't give a damn about my opinion.
Right? They will be like, I'm just gonna buy this because I can.
Yep.
Right? And they don't care about your opinion because they're buying it for them. They're not buying it for you. Who the hell do you think you are?
I'm just a guy on YouTube, man.
Yeah, you're not even professional, bro.
At all. Not even close. Not even close,
Right.
man.
Right? So, like, you know, to say that our opinion is not just basically entertainment to other people, come on, man. Come on, man. We're just really doing it just for fun. We're just really doing it for other people to get some more information. You know, in the end, the person that has to judge it has to be the person who smokes it, right?
Yep.
Good or not, has to be the person who smoke it. Right? I can talk shit about a cigar all day. If the person who was like, you know what, Tony hates that cigar, I really wonder how bad it is, and they go smoked it, who knows? He might be like, that is the best cigar ever, and they start buying boxes and boxes and boxes of cigar.
Yep.
So to say that my opinion only have a negative result,
Impact.
that's just not it, right? Look at Martin. Martin hates 90% of the cigar he smoked, okay? 90% of the cigar he smoked turns out to be 90% of good cigars. I think majority of people watch what Martin shits on and literally go buy it to try
They
it.
go buy it. Yep.
Right? Like that one cigar Martin say that has crayon, everybody bought it just to see if there's crayon in it.
You know, publicity is publicity. You get it out there, people will know. It's actually good in both way, good or bad opinion. You know what I mean? People will notice it.
Yeah, that's true though, right? Our publicity is good publicity. There's no negative or bad, you know, or good, right? Well, you think that Pierce Hilton doing all those stupid things because, you know, it was bad? No, it's because even a little buzz gets people talking about it.
Oh yeah.
The big family you could talk about is the Kardashians.
Right?
There's a lot of controversy they get, themselves into, but at the end of the day, they become relevant, which stimulates their social medias, which stimulate impressions and advertisers and this. So even though it's good or bad, hey, it's publicity.
No, the thing when they got nothing to talk about, they go get married to Kanye West. Now there you go, news for
there you go, something new.
Yep. And then now one of the sisters started dating Bad Bunny. He's like, how did that correlate? And then they break up, and now this person's dating this football player, or this NBA star, or Pete Davidson, and it's like, what is going on? Now you're talking about it, and that's what they want.
And
go ahead.
in the cigar community, the cigar owner, the cigar industry, don't forget, we are free advertising for your ass. Free advertisement all day long.
Even if they think they need it or they don't need it.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, you know what I mean?
We still generate a buzz of somehow, right? Like, even with all those people that said, Year of the Dragon Davidoff suck donkey balls, guess what? That got people to buy one to try to see if it really suck.
Yep.
Right? Our buzz is a good buzz. Even if I say something that's extremely bad, I'm pretty sure somebody's like, I want to go see if it's really that bad.
Of course. I would, tell the truth.
Yeah. So, it is what it is. I think people need to see that part of it, Okay, cool. So that makes 1 hour of our time. That flew by. That's a pretty good topic.
That was nice.
So, yeah, I want everybody who is listening to this that had a moment to comment. Let us know what channel you watch that you think is legit.
Yeah, I would love to know that. Yes.
Yeah. I would like to know which channel you watch that you think is legit, and then we'll go review it to see if that's legit. And even better, I put out which channel that even better. Let me know which channel that you absolutely think that's full of crap.
Oh man, that would be
And if we get a list together, we will make another episode talking about
reviewing.
Go
Oh my god!
Go down the list to see which one we agree on your opinion. If we get a list together.
Let me just go to McDonald's and buy myself a Big Mac.
Okay, if we got enough people to comment about which one that they think is good or which one that they think is bad, we will make another episode where we go down the list and talk about what we think about those channels.
That's gonna be one interesting episode, boys.
That's gonna get us canceled.
Yep. That's gonna get us hate and everything. Hey, publicity is publicity, though. Let's do this, boys.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god. All right, cool. So that will be it for today, and we will see you the next episode. Bye, guys.
See you.
Peace.
You've been listening to the In the Shadows podcast. There's nothing like a fine cigar, and that's our passion. And on the show, we'll talk about everything and anything cigars. And you know what happens when you get a bunch of guys together smoking cigars. The conversations go on. And that is what this show is all about. We hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. Remember, everything you need is on YouTube at Soy Sauce Assassin. The live show is every Wednesday and Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And get cigar reviews. Wishing you long ashes. We'll see you next time on In the Shadows podcast.